Voila. And we're back with another episode of R&R. It's Jamerson Ballard, your host. Happy Monday, man. Shout out to the Capital Letter Club and shout out to the Rant Game, man. I know y'all out there checking it out, man. I appreciate your viewership. For all of those who just now came into awareness of the channel, I appreciate your views too. And the niggas that hate, I appreciate your views too, man. Cause they still views. I really ain't concerned with the amount of views I get these days, man, because I understand a few things that I didn't really understand in the beginning. And that kind of brings us to our topic for the day, man, which is contributors versus participants. I mean, it's a difference, man. I know y'all probably don't necessarily, I mean, it's not complicated, but a lot of you niggas is just participants, man, with your little participation trophy, running around here doing the bare minimum and shit. And it's really kind of tragic, man, because a lot of you niggas is just, that's all you gonna ever be, and you'll be satisfied with that. But for the contributors, for the key contributors, for those of you who bring it home, who ain't out there waiting on it to get brought to you. You know what I'm saying? These episodes is for y'all, man. What's up, Third? What's up, Raw? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? These episodes is for y'all, man. I mean, a lot of you niggas is content with being regular niggas, and that's cool. But we don't do no regular shit over here, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna push past the envelope and do a little bit more than what's expected of us over here. And then when you get to that point, you'll be in the Capital Letter Club with us. Until then, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, tune in and get you some game. But, you know, I can't really, I don't know how much more I can do. You know, I was talking to a nigga the other day, and it's a nigga that I validated, and he was just telling me, like, yeah, bro, I done tuned into a couple of the episodes, man. You dropping some real shit. And I appreciated him for doing that. Because it's a lot of niggas who ain't going to give you that. You know what I'm saying? They some me first ass niggas. And if they ain't the ones doing it first, then they don't really congratulate you like that. And it meant a lot coming from him. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the impression that it's a lot to do with, like, frequency and vibrations. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, and if this shit over your head, if you don't like what I got to say, I don't really give a fuck. Because I understand, like I said, it's only a certain few. It's only a certain few that's gonna come into the understanding and is gonna get the game that's coming from out of this. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't like I'm doing this for no money. I just understand that there needs to be some more certified, tested individuals. And a lot of you are running from it. They scared of that. They don't want it. They scared to fail. I was listening to Craig the other day, and he was talking about wins and losses. And I did an episode about that, talking about the boss's cost is the loss. You gotta lose. You gotta lose. It ain't no getting around it. I mean, you gonna learn a lot more from the losers, but you don't really hear about the losses because everybody too busy trying to show you how much they winning. And the wins is good, but it don't feel as good until you've gone through the loss part. When you crack a female, it's good to do that right off the rip, but it feel a lot better after you then got told no a few times. You know what I'm saying? But you can't let that keep you down. You can't let that stop you. You have to keep going, bro. Which is one of my hashtags. I mean, you know, I missed last week because, you know, I got a lot going on, man. But it ain't like too much. You know, I still gotta come. What's up, Miss Hacker? What's happening, man? I had to come in here and politic with y'all for a minute because, you know, whether motherfuckers want to admit it or not, this shit needed, man. And I knew that it was needed before I started doing it. And so, you know, this is just my small contribution to the game. You know what I mean? Because you gotta, it ain't all take. You know, I did another episode of the first season. It's like the gift is in the giving. When you got so much that you can give and it not hurt you, then you doing something. And that's not a brag. You know, I'm not trying to tell y'all that I'm doing all great. I mean, you know, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm here to attest to the fact that if you can get past the losses, there is another side. The other side of that is going to feel a lot sweeter, man. You know what I'm saying? But I only meet a real one probably one out of 237 niggas, man. I don't really see a whole lot of real cats, especially these days, man. It's rare. It used to be like 1 in every 115. But then got a little drier out here. And it's just a part of it. But I personally don't spend my time worrying about or focusing on the bull crap that's in the game, because my energy doesn't attract that, and I'm not. You will have what you focus on. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your mind thinks, whatever you pay attention, that's whatever you thinking about the most, whatever you paying attention to, you focus in on that. And after a while, I had to learn how to just, it's some real artists out here. It's some real dudes out here. It's some real game out here. It's just, you got to learn how to navigate and where to go to get it. Kind of like when I started first rocking with, yeah, it is a lot of people that's about self, man. You know what I mean? And that's like, I can't necessarily blame them, because, you know, until you understand that this bigger than you, that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people gonna do what's easiest, what they good at. They not gonna worry about what they not good at. And there's a lot of cats out there who probably dislike what I got going on. But again, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm not worried about that. I mean, and shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, again, I love my haters, man. You know, a lot of niggas is probably out there whispering about how they want to do this and that, man. And I think that shit is cute. Because if you was really trying to do something, it wouldn't be no whisperings. It wouldn't be no rumors, or you trying to send messages and shit. Man, that shit is for kids, man. We don't do that shit, man. We grown out here, man. But I'm going to digress a little bit, because I got some other shit I want to talk about. First of all, I want to send a big RIP to the big homegirl, Lavetta Polk, man. And she just died way too soon. You know what I mean? There's some tragic shit going on out there. The Hawaii thing, that's crazy. And I'll speak briefly about that, but it sounds like that shit was done purposely, because a lot of rich people understand how hard it is to get land out there, and these people probably wasn't going to come off of it, but they are willing to kill and allow things to happen in order to get what they want out the deal. And that's just tragic, man. So shout out to all the people that lost their lives, family members out in Hawaii. California just had like a tropical storm, which almost never happens. I think they haven't had a hurricane scare in over almost 100 years. But that happened, and I heard they also had like an earthquake at the same time. So, you know, y'all, you know, stay up out there. But see, me personally, man, I look at tragedy as an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, well, if they having storms and stuff getting knocked down, they obviously gonna need something cleaned up. So me, the way I think, I automatically try to put something together so I can make either some money, or that I see chaos as an opportunity. You know what I mean? But that's me. And if you're anything like me, you know, if you out there and your bread kind of low, this is an opportunity for you to, you know, get you a truck, get you a whatever, and go out there and do some cleanup work and get you some bread instead of worrying about what you lost. You know what I mean? It's just, and if you on that frequency, this is the show for you, because this is what I be on. I can't really waste time worrying and complaining and whining about the L's, because the L's gonna come, man. But at this point, I don't even look at L's as L's no more. L's is more like I said, it's like more like an opportunity. And then I deal with death a lot different than a lot of other people. I've seen a lot more of it. And so it just, you know, it's not that I don't grieve, but my way of grieving is just, I gotta stay busy. So I figure out ways to, see opportunities in what's going on. I love the people that I lost, but I'm not finna go get no tattoos. I mean, I remember the things that they contributed to my life, and I just make changes, and I live my life in a way that's going, in remembrance of them. I just try to make my life better, and I just keep them in my mind when I make better decisions, and I appreciate them for if they did contribute something to my life in a time of me knowing them. But I mean, some people, they go through a whole lot of different shit, and I'm built a little bit different, man. So I really ain't gonna keep this episode too long. It is a lot of other stuff going on. I heard that ugly guy, actually a dude out of, I think it's maybe it's Mississippi. He killed he's allegedly killed his best friend dad or something. That's wild. That's wild and crazy, man. And then there's a lady who was gonna be the weirdo of the week last week. It was a doctor that actually, gave birth to a woman's kid, and she pulled the baby head off, man, and then tried to put the head back like she didn't pull the baby head off while she trying to give birth to this woman's kid, man. That's ridiculous, man. So it's like, it really ain't no safe place, man. The homegirl actually passed in the hospital where it was, you would think it should be safe. So a lot of y'all have to understand that just because you in the hospital don't mean you gonna receive the best care. And you gotta take care of yourself. The best way to do that is to, preventative measures, and that's just eating right and exercising to stay out the hospital, man. Because them doctors don't really give a fuck about you either. They really basically like some drug dealers with lab coats on, if you ask me. And I was gonna dedicate a whole episode to that. To be honest, I don't necessarily want to get on all doctors' heads, because all doctors aren't bad. We don't speak in absolutes here. We just highlighting the fact that even though you would think the church, hospital, even the school is someplace that you was safe, these things are no longer the case. You know what I'm saying? I think they started doing some in Mobile, Alabama, where they started locking up phones for the kids, which is good when it comes to things like focus. But with it being so many school shootings, it's like, is that the best thing to do if if you're going through something, or if it's a school shooting? Lord forbid that any of that goes on. It's just, it's nice to think that the kids are actually focusing and engaging in the school, in the classrooms. But maybe something else needs to happen. At the same time, it's like, I'm all for it. I'm not really a big fan of schooling. I think y'all probably seen the episode I did, To School or Not to School, where it's just like, it's too much going on in there. It's too much going on in these venues where you would think that things should be going on, like learning, but it's so much time being spent. They got something now called an advisory class, where they just not, it's like a free class where they ain't really doing nothing. You know what I mean? They don't teach you about any of the things that you need to actually succeed in life. But that's where you can come to a place like this and get you some game to teach you not only how to survive, but how to succeed, and how to, maybe tweak your frequency enough to where you can start dealing with the kind of people that are on the same wavelength as you, who are actually trying to make it past the survival mode. Because there are a few different modes. Once you get past, survival mode, you're living, but you don't want to just be existing either. You understand what I'm saying? The goal is to be thriving. And, too many of us don't necessarily even make it that far. By the time you're 50 years old, you're in the hospital because you've been eating pig feed and hog maws and bull crap. You ain't exercising. You don't eat enough vegetables. So, places like Russia, they waiting on us to fall off, and then the kids are so flimsy. they all look like little females as far as like the males is concerned, and the women is out here like they dudes, and it's just it really kind of turned me off, man. I'm not trying to, tell on myself as far as like my age, but I'm from an era where, women was women. I mean, they talked about, things, and there was a such thing as sexual innuendo whenever they did music. They even had R&B where they was still trying to make love to some outside, after the club let out. But now it's just like, the pussy pink, booty hole brown, which is not a bad song. It is a time and a place for everything, but damn. And man, I don't even really blow like that no more, but I'm definitely not finna share my tree with nan nigga, cause you out here eating booty hole before you even kiss a girl in the mouth, bro. You went straight to ass licking. You don't even know this lady's name, bro. So hey man, a lot of these cats out here done over freak theyself. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of rainbow situations out there, and I don't even like to use that word because the rainbow to me is something that God left to signify that he wouldn't kill the world with water anymore. But they didn't turn that into something else, and it's just I don't know, man. It's a little spooky out here. I actually went to Whole Foods the other day, and I seen a hand scanner, which if you are in the faith, you understand what that means. Like, mark of the beast, is that on its way or is that here already? I thought I might have had some more time. I mean, it ain't no time. Ain't no more time to be out here playing, man. So, I mean, I'm not here to preach or nothing. I'm just saying, get your shit together, man. You might need to start growing some vegetables or something, or get in the neighborhood and do stuff like that instead of always worried about playing PS5. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real spooky out here, man. Now, they got the thing going on with the Hawaii situation, all right? They got L.A. with hurricane scares. They got the mayor of New York up there talking about he want to be Gandhi or something, like he don't understand that Gandhi was racist. And then, they got Trump and trumped up so many charges on Trump. I almost feel bad for him when, they doing what they do to us whenever they ready for us to not be, in the mix no more. Like with old Bill Cosby, they just tie you up with litigation to the point to where you ain't got the money to buy what you was trying to buy. Like when he was trying to buy NBC, you know what I mean? They got Trump up against it, and I'm not even a Trump fan like that. What's crazy is, that's conspiracy charges that just means that you and 2 or 3 other people conspired to commit a crime, and it's just a difficult charge to beat. I'm not rooting for him. I don't have a dog in that fight. I'm not saying that I hope that he get off. What kind of hope do we got though if they wrapping somebody like that up in that? You know what I mean? It's it's definitely spooky out here, man. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. I don't really got nothing bad to say about nobody. I'm not gonna be worried about any of the cats that don't view the show or don't agree with what I have to say, because even if it's just one person out there that gets some game for what I'm doing right now, this is for you, and my show is a smash hit. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, man, we gonna get into a segment I like to call Weirdo of the Week, where we talk about cats who are out here on a different level of nonsense, and we want to try to avoid that. This week we got this dude named James Gina, who is James Gina III out of Las Vegas, bro, like 50 years old. And if you seen a picture of this dude, this motherfucker got a tattoo of a beard on his face with the horns and he got glasses tatted on his face. Bro, why the fuck do you got glasses tatted on your face? Now, ladies, ladies, I know it might be kind of dry out here, but it's certain shit that you should probably avoid, and this is one of them. I mean, I know it's not considered weird to get tats on your face, but the tat that this brother had, he either just got out or he looked like he was planning to spend the rest of his life in the pen, and he somehow got a girlfriend, which he say he loved her, but then the nigga killed her in an argument. And not only did he kill her in the argument, he killed her, and then I think he got caught because he was trying to move the body in a rent-a-car because the body was starting to stink. He had hit her up in the attic. So, I mean, you got to be careful who you give your pussy to, women. I mean, I know you probably think, oh, he's sexy, he got tattoos, and you know what I mean? But if the motherfucker look off, it's a good chance that he off. And if you didn't ask enough questions and you didn't gave this man the pussy and told him how much you believe in him and all that shit, trying to get you some, you know, to just bide your time, and that's just something you probably shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? Just play with yourself and you know, pay your own bills and figure it out until you meet the kind of person that's gonna actually meet you where you are, instead of dating down. Or I mean, if that's your type, if you like niggas that kill shit and you want a murdering ass nigga for your boyfriend, I don't think you should be surprised if you end up getting shot in your face after he started an argument with you about how you didn't cook the chicken good enough or something. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make light of this young lady passing. It's just, you gotta pay attention to the signs, man. Here are signs. You know what I mean? Like, if you looking at how a person interact with their ex, that's a good sign that that nigga might not be a good fit for you. If he treating her like shit, if he treating his ex like shit, you next. You are not the exception, ma'am, sir. You're not. They don't give a fuck about you either, and you really don't know a person until they are upset with you. If you don't hear nothing else I got to say in this episode, please understand that you don't know a person until they're mad with you, man. And then, you know, shout out to my father, because he, as much as he didn't do, he did get me to understand that, and that was probably some of the best game I've ever heard, because you spend a lot of time trying to put on your best face for the person you dealing with, and you know, once they get upset, that's when you understand that's what you dealing with. I did a post like late last week about, you know, if you judge a man by who they are, basically, when things don't go their way. Not when they up, because, you know, some people when they up, they kind of show a different side of them too. But if they could used to having things go their way, right? And then when they don't go their way, how are you responding to that? You cry baby ass nigga, you whining and throwing shit at the girl car and shit, and trying to figure out why they left you. You know, and this, you know, it's a good chance, you know, that you got a mama's boy, and you know, I'm not trying to degrade the mothers, but a lot of y'all just, you can love your sons to a point to where you make them sorry by always letting them get away with shit, actually covering for them when they trying to do some shady shit to a chick. You know what I mean? It's just, it's really not cool, right? But that's just, you know, some game for y'all, man. It's one to grow on, because it's just, it's tragic, man. I'm really tired of hearing about how niggas is killing these women. I mean, you know, it's not that women ain't killing neither, because they out here killing too. You know, it's just, you can disagree with a person and find out a whole lot about what they got going on. And, you know, so anyway, that's it for that segment, man. We got another segment I like to call Who Got Active. Now, this Who Got Active is kind of, man, it's not really that bright. I mean, because, you know, the dude made the ultimate sacrifice, and his name is Vincent Parr. Now, Vincent Parr was 37 years old, and he's out of Lawrence, Massachusetts, but R.I.P. him because he ended up giving his life to save his wife and stepson from a raging river accident. And you know, it was a thing with his mother talking about how beautiful of a person he is, and that's gotta hurt, man. Nobody wants to lose their son or see they children pass before them. It's also kind of weird how do you say that a motherfucker wasn't shit when they died if they wasn't shit when they was alive? I mean, you ain't supposed to shit on the dead, but I mean, some of you niggas ain't shit. And, you know, it's not that, you know, niggas is happy to see you dead, but you wasn't really doing shit while you was alive any motherfucking way. You out here borrowing from motherfuckers and doing the wrong shit. And, you know, when you die, this motherfuckers is crying and acting like you just ain't never. That nigga was scandalous. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. I don't wish death on nobody. But some of you niggas ain't shit, man. And it's just, it probably won't be a lot of people show up to your funeral, nigga. Because ain't nobody gonna miss your ass. Because you ain't shit. But, you know, keep striving. Keep doing your best. You know, and maybe you'll get to a different point in your life where you ain't, you know, scandalizing and backbiting and trying to rob motherfuckers and stealing and, you know, just ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, we got this other segment. It's a segment I'm about to start called Now Flowers, #Now Flowers, and I'm finna get these Now Flowers out to my man Sugar Free. I ain't never met Sugar Free, but bruh be gashing on the mic, bruh, and it's all game. You know, it's entertaining, and I mean, I don't know if he'll ever get a lifetime achievement award or you know, his flowers from the BET Awards and nothing like that. But, you know, right now, bro, I mean, I heard he done got married, so, you know, congratulations. You know, because, bro, you know, he an OG, man. He deserved to be able to enjoy his life and chill and sit back. But I'm giving out these Now Flowers to Sugar Free, man. Shout out to you, big bro, man. You a pioneer in the game, man. You didn't probably glorify pimping it a lot more than a lot of people would like to have happen. But, you know, you done made it sound colorful, man. And you got me through a lot of tumultuous times in my life whenever I was going through things with exes who wasn't really appreciating what I was bringing. You know what I mean? I don't really want to be on no fuck a bitch type shit, but Sugar Free definitely got me through it. Sub 29, what's happening, man? And for the portion I like to call Wake the Fuck Up, we got an artist out of the D by the name of All-Star JR. Now, All-Star JR, from what I can ascertain, was a part of T Grizzly's circumstance. I guess T Grizzly was in the group with him, and then kind of did some shady shit and didn't bring bruh with him. But he's been doing his own thing without no help, man. He don't need nobody to do his thing, and I feel like he should get some pub because I don't really hear a lot about him. And you know, he had an album called Organized Crime, which is when I first came into the understanding of Brad. He was doing his thing. He had some raw ass beats. And he got some newer shit out now. So man, y'all go out, check Brad out, give him his, man. I hear that BET, while I was talking about BET, is they decided not to sell it to Tyler Perry and whoever else was involved. And so, you know, who knows? I don't never even tune in to BET no more. I ain't watched none of the award shows. So, I mean, you know, I'm all about us, you know, having entertainment and things that is for us by us, but BET is no longer owned by us. So the last time I watched the BET show, there was some weird movie about some. It was like backwards. It was like it was a white dude who was a gangster who was being profiled by a black cop, and it was like, oh yeah, no, I'm good. So I ain't watched it no more since then. I don't plan on watching it. VH1, any of those channels where I used to watch back in the day. MTV, we used to have Rap City in the basement, and you know, Fab Five Freddy. I ain't even said that word in about 20 years, but that was when it was real, you know, it was still ill, you know what I'm saying? Now it's just like, you know, a bunch of teeny boppy shows about, it ain't no music on it, and it's just, it's kind of frustrating, man, how much things can change in about 20 years, man. But, I mean, I ain't gonna be on here like no old nigga complaining. I'm about to get up out of here, man. I got a lot of other shit going on. I appreciate y'all popping in. It's Jamerson Ballard on all platforms. Shoot me a like, a subscribe, share this. My Cash App is $SuperStee, SuperStee. That's 2 E's with no V. That used to be my rap lane. But I mean, you know, I kind of gave all that to the, you know, let these young cats have it, man, because it's I'm a grown ass man now. I finally grew into my name, Jamerson. It sounds kind of, you know, I don't know, man, distinguished, I'll say. Shout out to moms, because if I was going for a job, I'm definitely gonna get the interview, and then when I show up, it's like, oh shit, he got us. It's a fucking nigger. But now, I mean, you know, I'm at a whole nother level. When I ain't worried about trying to get a job, I'm definitely on a mission trying to get clients, and I hope that you are progressing too. So yeah, if you just popped in, rewind it to the beginning, and y'all have a productive week, man. I'll see y'all next time.